Hey everyone, I'm Sakina. Welcome to our weekly episode of the Midnight Sun podcast. Hopefully, you'll find something interesting to stick around, and not only interesting but also informative and a bit goofy and witty as well. So today's theme is going to be about money and ways to make money as a teen slash young adult slash adult slash dummies. Making money is a universal experience, and you don't necessarily need to categorize it in in terms of the age, like how to make money as a teen or how to make money as an elderly. It depends on your time, on your location, where you live, what your skills are, and literally, if you have that entrepreneurial mindset, or it comes to you as a second nature, it doesn't matter what your age is, you're probably going to find a way to make money. So, without further ado, let's just get straight to the point. I have come up with a few ways of how to make money in a legit way, and I'm not going to sell you a course or going to direct you to a different website, uh, such as an affiliate marketing or uh, any app that, mm, how do I say, that promises that you're going to make a ton of money and etc. This is not a scam. This is not a promotional content at all, such as the stuff that you see on social media a lot these days. I feel like people know that it's in everyone's interest to make money these days, and people know how to commodify that really well through um, coming up with the scammy or clickbait type of videos and contents, and especially I feel like abusing the AI use in their advice, which is so ridiculous because I feel like uh yes, AI is cool, and I'm going to talk about this more in depth in my which point in my I have a point. I have a literal point about that in today's episode, but I feel like relying heavily and solely on AI to make money is just not going to work, and it's not sustainable at all, because the systems that actually pay you money, they can really detect what is made with AI and what is not. So I feel like in the future, like for instance, YouTube is going to change its terms on starting from 2027 February. They are going to demonetize the channels using AI tools to generate videos. So therefore, I feel like it's more of like a better advice for you to use your own brain and your hands rather than uh, letting or making AI do everything for you. Anyways, let's just delve in. My first point is to work somewhere as a legit employee. And by that, I mean, some people might not even refer to their previous experiences at, let's say, fast food places or any restaurant, coffee shop, cafeteria places at all, because I guess they're just ashamed of that experience, but there's nothing wrong with working there. Uh, sh- Shame or pride is literally not going to pay your bills. It's your work, it's your hours, it's your dedication that pays your bills and gives you the money, brings food to the table. And I feel like it doesn't matter how many applications you send, how many links you click to simply just to apply your resume and etc. the easiest and number one company that will hire you without giving it a second thought is probably McDonald's. And as a teen, you don't necessarily need to make tons of money. You need to make money that is enough for your studies, enough for your commute, enough for your social life. And if there's something that is left off of that, you can save it and save it for your future, and or maybe invest it into something else. But it's not only good for your pocket and your budget, but also on the other hand, it can really enhance your social circle. You're going to meet a lot of people from different backgrounds, and who knows what kind of a new networking it might actually bring. So do not um, degrade or exaggerate any job at all. Like a job that you could feel like is such, it's even below entry level, could actually lead you to the potential future better work, in my opinion. So take that job if you're hesitating about that, uh, and know that every single job is needed. So don't compare the jobs according to their status. My second point is to babysit slash pet sit. Pet sitting services. I know a lot of people might say, all right, it sounds like pretty cool business, but how do I start it? Do I need a website? Do I need a social media account for that? Do I need this and that? All of that business marketing strategies and blah blah blah. Actually, no, you don't need to do any of that at all. What you need is a good old pen, pencil, and paper, and that's it. And your hands, obviously, and your mind and brain. You see, these days everything feels like, just to even get an idea across, we need to use expensive tools or expensive services, by printing fancy vouchers or flyers, and hire someone else to spread them evenly around at the places that we are targeting. Actually, you don't need to do that at all. Like I said, handwriting your service, writing and providing every single detail of contact of yours is pretty much all that you need. And you don't need to start big. Start with whatever you are. Start with your neighborhood, with the places that have close proximity to your location, and you can simply distribute those handmade DIY flyers all by yourself. You can put them in your neighbor's front door. You can place them in their post boxes and etc. The thing is getting the message across. And literally, if just one person contacts you to provide them the babysitting slash pet sitting services, that's it. That will literally lead you to your next and future potential clients. But obviously, you have to be patient enough, and you have to be really. You need to have that kind of a caregiver attitude. You need to be good with taking care of people slash pets, because if you're not into that, if you get bored and sick and tired of helping people or taking care of the pets, obviously that job is not going to be the right fit for you. But if you can get along with the kids really well, I feel like that would be a great side gig for you. My next tip is to sell bakery goods. I don't know why these have to do with selling, but we live in the capitalistic world. The recording got interrupted by a technical malfunctioning, but anyways, we'll just continue from that. what was I saying? Yeah, we live in a capitalistic world. Everything is has to do with money, how much money you have, how much money you make. So, and a lot of it comes from selling. Our through the whole civilizations, people have always sold something, traded something. So, I feel like the wise advice for you would be not to hate selling at all, like I used to did, like the way I used to. So get used to the idea of the sales. Yeah, selling bakery goods. For that, you need to be exceptionally good with baking. Obviously, someone who's like me who can only bake cookies and that's it, nothing else. Obviously, for such people, that business would fail, would flop from the day one. But I feel like if you really pull off the birthday cakes, regular cakes, I don't know, Swiss rolls, cookies, biscuits, just good with uh, bakery in general. I feel like you can commodify that skill. You should commodify that skill by all means. And not a lot of people can afford the super expensive bakery studios, bakery stores, bakery shops. Some people are on the lookout for more on a budget and more of like a low cost services. So if you're just starting out in this field, I feel like what would be a better idea would be to um, get the word out into your social background, into your social circle. Talk about this intention to your friends, to your neighbors, to your school classmates, to your parents, and maybe someone will be interested in that. And if they try out your goods and like it, they're probably going to refer you to their friends, to their acquaintances as well. So that way, you will get more potential clients in the future. And also, it's like a doing. So some people are really not only good at that, but also they relish the experience of baking. They just enjoy that process to the fullest. So it's best of both worlds at the same time. You make money out of something that you absolutely enjoy, which is pretty remarkable and uncomparable, I feel like. The next tip is to this tip it will be more of like a specific to the Western countries, United States, Canada, some European countries, Australia, and etc. And not exactly to the Eastern world, the region that I live. It's to use Printify.com, or there are other print on demand websites that you can simply upload your designs to those websites and they will do all of the rest. All you need to do is to come up with a catchy design, and then you can sell mugs, t-shirts, caps, bags, I don't know, phone cases, what else, the other printable digital products as well. But mind you, let me inform you about this before you even go to those websites and create an account, etc. What you need is a PayPal account. And we all know that, well, not that we all know. I didn't know, for instance. PayPal doesn't operate in every single country throughout the whole world. Some countries are not in their list of operations. So my country, for instance, Azerbaijan, is not included in their list where they operate. But there are other alternative payment, let's say, services like Payoneer, which you can use as an alternative to PayPal. But I feel like Nothing beats the PayPal's convenience, in my opinion. The software, the interface, the whole operational system of PayPal seems way more easier than Payoneer in other payment transactional services. But if you live in the Western world, just go for it. Print on demand, although print on demand has lost its popularity substantially, it was way more popular back in the pandemic and lockdown period, but it's still, I know lots of people who make a really good deal of money out of that. You don't need to make tons of sales every single day, but I feel like dipping your toes in that field and uh, trying it out is just give it a go. Give it a go and see what it does, what it takes. If you are really creative at coming up with the designs, you can insert your own designs, or you can use the help with a little bit of help of Canva. You can come up with actually decent looking 3D designs to apply for your products of your choice. Then the fifth point is to make and sell handmade jewelry. Not only jewelry, but I could incorporate a few more items here, like handmade candles, handmade accessories, just anything that is handmade, any item that adds aesthetically, that adds an aesthetic to um, to the houses, to the everyday wear and etc. But the easiest one is to use is to start off with jewelry making, because anything else will demand you to purchase some products that you need to start with, such as wax, I don't know, other ingredients that the candles are made with. So what I want to promote in this podcast is to make money with little to no budget at all. So for the handmade jewelry, you don't need to invest a lot of money for that. Um, something as little as $10 will get you enough supplies of materials to make decent enough amount of jewelry and sell them to your choice of targeted audience. By audience, what I mean is usually friends, acquaintances, neighbors, etc. The sixth point is to have garage sales, to get rid of the stuff that you don't need, that is laying around, that is collecting dust, and that is no longer in your interest to be used. You can sell your used headphones, sell your used computers, your I don't know, uh gadgets, electronic devices, furniture, I don't know, clothes. I know that garage sales can, even toys. My niece and nephew, they've got so much, like such a huge collection of toys that I'm like, we could make a decent amount of money if we were to sell these, even just for $1. $1 for each item would make a ton of money for us. So if you've got anything that is laying around in your space, it would be cool to sell them and convert them into money. And also, you're gonna literally create way more space to yourself and way less dust. Then tutoring kids. The reason I specifically mention and address kids is because To tutor adults, you need much more expertise and much more knowledge. But when it comes to kids, you don't need to be the bestest uh, of a professional to start off like that. Simply by helping them with their homework from school, or if you can speak English or any other languages, honestly. If you can speak it decent enough, you can teach the kids to literally reach your level of proficiency with their language skills as well. And also, it's a great way to again make a networking, make your network. If you really take your networking seriously, this one is especially particularly going to benefit you in the long run. My eighth point is to start a YouTube channel. I know a lot of people, I feel like every single person on this planet has already tried, must have tried YouTube at least once in their lifetime. But I feel like not everyone is successful at that. I'm not gonna lie that I'm really highly successful on YouTube. No, my channel is still relatively small, but I feel like starting as young as possible and learning as you go will give you way more experience than never starting at all. You see these all those influencers that we feel like they were an overnight sensation or an overnight success, like Emma Chamberlain, Hannah Meloche. These two are the ones that I know more about. They started out as young as early teens. And by the time they were 17, 18, they were making tons of money. So that's but obviously be really careful with what you post, kids, because you know, internet can be a uh suspicious place sometimes. So keep your privacy. My ninth point is to write, literally write whatever that is in your interest. Writing poetry, writing stories, writing screenplays, scripts, I don't know, lyrics, um, proses, fables. Write them and send them to journals, to magazines. I've done this. I have been doing this for a while now, and sometimes, well, not every single journal publishes your piece of work and rewards you with money, but some do. Some have paid me 50 slash $100 for that, but they only pay those pieces of writing that they really do like. So it's not necessarily for the money, for the sake of money, but to build a name for yourself. You know, I really do uh, take pride in the fact that my name appears on Google as an author, because I have a few published poetries on some journals, and nothing beats the excitement of that, honestly, and excitement of me wanting to write even more, to publish even more. And the name as an author for myself is so cool, and it gives me an insane level of drive to proceed on this journey in the future. Um, and who knows, you might actually slowly but gradually build an audience for yourself that really enjoys your piece of writing. And my last point is to become an assistant. Um, if you're really good at scheduling, making appointments, keeping everything in track, um, if you're good at making phone calls, receiving inbound or making outbound phone calls, and etc., it's such a cool as a both experience and as a way of making money. And if you're a teen, this will be a highlighting moment in your resume to mention that you were once a personal assistant to someone. Well, obviously, as a teen, you are not going to be a personal assistant to the CEO or co-founder of a transnational company, corporate. But you can start small with small businesses, with small locally owned businesses, where you can help them with their daily administrative and clergy duties and tasks. And again, this will be like a leap for you in terms of your future career, corporate career landing in the future, and you will thank yourself later for taking this endeavor and learning a lot. Because I feel like the younger you are, the more likely you are to learn new skills. So yeah, that's about that. That will be enough for today's episode. I feel like if you've got any other tips, if you've got any other points that you would want to advise to the others, feel free to comment down below, and maybe someone will get inspired by your piece of advice. So stay tuned for more.